The arm, look, the box, it's like a shoulder and then an arm. So it's just, there's not two pieces like there are for the legs. There's just one piece for an arm, which I think I already found. Hey, first off, dead. I like how you can see the progression in the last episode. My hair was probably about half as long, so this just shows how long it's been since we recorded. I haven't cut my hair since, and my hair is now out of frame. So where have we been?
Working mostly. We have no exciting social life, so
yeah, I know.
It's just been, we've both taken on new jobs and new positions, and now our schedules are just...
Right, yeah. I want to apologize for that, because I've been getting so many messages recently, being like, well, channel's dead, that's it. Like, yeah, maybe so, but I don't know. I just would rather make the videos I want to make, yeah. Have to work. I didn't start a new job and work in the same job, but I've been working 12-hour days, and I've worked 5 days a week for the past 2-3 weeks. Mm-hmm. And it was hard, so on the days that I was off, I just didn't feel like doing YouTube at all. And that doesn't make for a good combination. You can't turn on the camera and pretend to be happy, you know what I mean? Or, not that I wasn't happy, but you know what I mean, pretend to be...
You can't pretend like you're in the mood to film. I mean, it was just...
It's like, I work from 8 to 8, and I come home, and I want to eat dinner, take a shower, and go to sleep. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then on my days off, I kind of just want to enjoy my days off, so...
And that's kind of where I was. Like, in my job, I took a new position, and now my shifts have been, like, early mornings. Like, I have to be at work at, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. And so by the time you're getting off work, I'm ready for bed. Yeah. I'm already, like, showered and in bed trying to sleep so I can get up at, 4 o'clock the next morning. Mm-hmm. So it's been, like, our schedules have just... And used to, like, you would work weekends, I was off weekends, and now we've switched, and I'm working weekends, and you're now off weekends. Yeah. So we just don't have the time, and when we do get together, it's kind of like, well, it's just, So that's all it really is. I mean, it's just...
And obviously, like, we haven't forgot, of course we want to do YouTube, and it's not like I'm going dark and not updating anybody. It's just, obviously, we're going to make videos again, we're going to come back to it. It's just when we have time to do it, so...
Yeah, we just have to find that,
Yeah. Working in the time frame. Hopefully my days have cut down a little bit, so I won't be as busy. I can kind of have a couple days off now to kind of focus on recording and doing videos that we like. The one thing that's not coming back until Attack on Titan are the reaction videos. For several reasons, but the main reason just because I don't enjoy making them anymore. I think the shows are fun. Obviously, we loved watching Death Note and Attack on Titan. But I get it. It's like they're the big draw of the channel. They're what get the most views. But if you're not happy making them, then...
Also, like, there's a lot of animes now that, like, I'm really wanting to watch, and it's sometimes not as enjoyable to watch them with cameras on your face. Yeah. The whole time I'm watching it, I'm trying to think of, like, am I supposed to be catching more? Like, what's going on? Like, what am I supposed to be saying? Like, am I missing something important? I'm going to get yelled at in the comments. Like,
yeah, I'd prefer just to kind of watch the show at my own pace and enjoy it.
It's been nice to just kind of sit and actually watch something without having to worry about my reaction.
Yeah. What we're going to do, by the way, is we're going to keep the shorter... We're not just going to do podcasts. We're going to be doing shorter reviews. Basically, we're going to watch a series and then do a shorter 10-15 minute review of that series. First one being Evangelion, the next one being Death Note. Sit down and talk about it, and then we'll do a podcast episode going more in depth about it.
Yeah.
I think that would be just more fun. You know what I mean? We can watch the show at our own pace. We can enjoy it at our own pace.
Yeah, I agree.
And not have to worry about trying to catch stuff and trying to react.
I almost just broke his arm nub.
For those of you listening on Spotify, we're putting together Evangelion models. We started this earlier last night. Then we decided to do another podcast. We didn't make any progress. We worked on this for like an hour.
Yeah. Well, all of the instructions are in Japanese and also on the inside of the box. So we're just kind of trying to...
I put together the bigger ones of these, and I enjoyed them. It was really fun. But we're doing this without instructions, so that's something. I'm trying to do it in frame, but I keep moving out of frame. So did you catch up on the series? Basically, we're going to do a little bit of discussion on Evangelion today. A little bit more in depth.
Yeah, I was watching a video earlier to, like, kind of, like, going in depth on, like, the ending of the show and, like, the ending of the movie. And it was just kind of talking about, like, the difference. And, like, one of the main ones is, like, Shinji's, the whole show is kind of like Shinji's mental health, kind of, like a lot of, it has a big, like, mental health theme. Yeah. And so it was talking about how the show ends with, Shinji, like, learning to accept himself and, like, kind of having that ending of, like a happier ending, Right. And then how the movie ends on a completely different note where it ends with him, like, kind of going back to the place that he was. And
yeah, which I saw.
So it was kind of cool to, like, see what the differences were and, like...
yeah.
I don't know, I thought that was neat. It was nice to have it where somebody, like, actually sat down and explained it frame by frame and was like, see here, this is why it was done in this style and this is representing of this. And
right.
I sent you the link to the video because I thought it was really interesting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I watched it. The only thing I disagree with about it is the ending. Is that I always assumed, and I still believe it, is that the anime and the show run parallel to each other. So it's not two separate endings, it's the same ending. So it doesn't end on a sad note. In my mind, it ends on a happier note because it's that conclusion of whenever Shinji's choking Asuka and she reached up and touched his face, it wasn't him falling back to where he was originally. It was him being reminded that there are people that still care about him. Oh. But I think it's one of those things where it's kind of up to interpretation. I still like the video. A lot of people will rage about it and yell and argue. I like seeing it both ways because I think the show is interesting that you can interpret it so many different ways.
That's one thing that I found weird about the show, and I'm somebody who doesn't do well with like you watch the show and interpret what you think it means. Like, I'm very, like, literal. Like, I have to have somebody tell me, like, this is what this means. This is what's going on.
Oh, I should say before spoilers. I assumed you'd probably expect spoilers, but spoiler warning. We're probably going to go a little bit more in depth with the show and stuff, but... It's fine. Honestly, we've been working on these. There's not very many pieces to these.
I don't understand.
And we've been working on it. You guys don't understand. Working on these for so long.
I did his legs wrong, I think. I don't think these
are
legs.
2 hours. It's so hard when you don't have instructions. What was the other thing?
Wonky.
Oh, about the mental health, though. That's a good, but it wasn't just about Shinji's mental health.
It was everybody's.
It
kind of had everybody's, but like, I don't know. I still felt like Shinji was kind of the main character in that.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of the, obviously Shinji is the main focus, but
I'm trying to think of like what else happened in the show because I know that like I had stuff that I wanted to
talk
about.
Well, the main thing is the ending. That's like the main issue. That's the make or break because the show up until the ending is very
just a show.
It's pretty formulaic.
Yeah.
It's very like it has a formula and it sticks to it by its episode. Where there's an angel that shows up. The Avas defeat the angel, and then we move on to the next episode with a couple little like interesting story bits throughout. But the story doesn't really get like good until the end. That's when it actually separates itself and becomes something different than just a normal mech show with kind of subpar action. Some of the action scenes are really cool, like Asuka's intro episode when they're on the boats, the carrier.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was a really cool episode. But for the most part, like some of the action is pretty subpar, you know what I mean? Like there isn't a lot of great standout action scenes until the end is when the show gets, I don't know, really good in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And like Karu, that's like the weirdest thing is Karu's intro, because like he gets introduced in episode 24. He's a really cool character. It's a really good concept, and then they kill him off at the end of the episode. Yeah. What was your opinion on the last 2 episodes of the show?
I know that like whenever I first watched them, I was just, this is weird. Like I kind of like lost what was going on. And I was just expecting it to just end the show out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but then there was like no more talk of like Avas and angels, and it was just, and so I really didn't feel like there was a lot of like actual closure on the show. Like I just kind of felt like it was just, so I just kind of felt really confused with the ending. It took me a little bit of like time to kind of, I guess, let what I just saw sink in.
They didn't give like an actual conclusion to the like the physical stuff. It like went all mental, which backs up the whole thing about like, oh, it's not really a show about the story, and that's why it doesn't give you much about the story. It doesn't really explain Adam or Lilith. It doesn't go in depth on any of that stuff, because the whole show is based around the characters and their mental struggles. So it's like, it's fitting that the last 2 episodes are about that and not about tying up and ending the story part of it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. But it was just kind of like...
But it is weird, yeah, and it catch you off guard. That would be an understatement, but...
Not saying that it was bad, though. I did like the show. I honestly did. It just wasn't what I was, like, expecting to happen, and so I was really confused afterwards.
Yeah, it's very... Oh, I did this backwards.
I don't know.
I'm trying to do this on frame, because I keep moving away. What's the point?
I keep moving my hands back, so I'm trying to see.
Let me move this up.
I don't even know what to do right now. I took his lower half apart, and now I don't remember how I put it back together.
You were way ahead of me, and now
because I had his legs on backwards. Like, I think his legs were actually arms, but now I can't figure out how to get them on his arms. And so now I think they were legs, but I just took everything apart and I don't remember how I had it.
If you're listening to this audibly, I think this is one of the episodes that would probably benefit from watching it on YouTube.
Oh, that fits.
Also, my Unit 0 is orange. Or my what's this one called? Is this...
Yeah, 0.
This is the prototype. There's the prototype.
The other type.
Shinji's is, I think
that's broke. Type. Oh my god, that's broke. That's why it's not going on there.
Katie!
That piece is broken.
You broke it, I'm sure!
I don't think so, I didn't think I used
you
that piece.
You just said earlier in the episode, oh, I broke that.
I don't think I was talking about that.
That was not cheap, Katie.
Well, it broke, so it wasn't that expensive.
I spent like $60 for the 3 of them.
Are you serious? Please tell me
it's okay, that was empty.
Okay.
It's little nubby arms. So Katie, that's not right. That's its knee. That's its leg. Yeah, its leg on its arm.
I don't know what it's supposed to look like.
Put an arm on its foot.
That made it worse. I took the.
Groin is on backwards.
Can't laugh at my weird arms now if you have a backwards groin.
What about your favorite and least favorite characters?
Favorite character, Asuka and Pin. Least favorite character, Shinji and Gendo.
Oh, that's fair.
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah.
But I get there were characters I didn't like. I didn't like Shinji because I felt like he was just whiny. And I understand, like, you know, it was for his character and his mental health and all that kind of stuff, you know, but I just didn't like him.
That is fair, because I also don't love Genji. I also don't love Shinji. But it is actually nice to have a character that isn't just
the hero.
I feel like if I was in real people were in his situation, a lot of them would probably feel the same way. You know what I mean? Like in End of Eva, whenever Asuka was getting eaten and he's just sitting back and screaming. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people would be the exact same way.
Yeah,
you would just be in shock. You know what I mean?
You'd be very confused as to
so it's very easy, like, to just be like, oh, Shinji's horrible. But I'm like,
I didn't think he
honestly,
was horrible. He just wasn't my favorite.
I don't know. I get it. But yeah, he's not my favorite character.
Gendo I thought was just, I don't know, I didn't like him. And I remember watching, and like, I think it was like episode 4 or 5, whenever he went into Rei Ayanami's room, and like his dad's glasses were in there. Like, immediately after that, I was just like, oh, his dad's a creep.
Yeah.
Like, that's so weird. And I think after that, like, I just never cared for him. And then he just kept getting worse as the show went on.
Yeah, Rei was a weird. What'd you think of Rei? She was a weird character.
I always said she was a weirdo. I think I just said that several times. She's weird, she's sketchy. There's something wrong with her. Yeah. And then there was like a whole aquarium full of her at the end, and it was just like,
I'm not as caught up on it. Obviously, I love the show, but it's hard to talk about someone that's not as fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
Like, if I was still like, I don't know how the feet work. Do you understand this? Look, there's little feet with knobs, and then you got these 2 little plastic pieces, but they don't really have anything you can.
They don't fit on the knobs. That's about where I am too. I have a feet with a knob and then a little plastic thingy.
There's got to be something that connects. I feel like we're making a lot of progress in this though. Oh! Oh, wait. Never mind. Okay, so these pieces turn this way? You were just completely dumbfounded by that.
I can't focus on this. There's too many things.
The whole idea of like, we were going to start doing on the podcast, like playing video games and stuff on the podcast, because it would give like, on the like the parts where we have like walls or we don't know what to say or there's just long awkward silences, we'd have something to kind of fill in the gap. So the idea of doing these models is like, oh, so if we have a lull in the conversation, we're physically doing something. But as of right now, it's just kind of taking away from the actual podcast part.
We're just trying to build these.
We're just kind of silently sitting here putting together a puzzle. It's fun though.
So that piece goes on his, stuff like this. Weenie region.
Goes on the weenie region.
But then like his middle is empty, so I feel like I missed something. Or maybe I didn't.
See, I cannot for the life of me figure out how this goes. That's pretty cool. My favorite character on the show, I think, was... I feel like Asuka's an easy answer. Like, everyone goes for Asuka.
Oh, shut up.
No. Just saying. I
was about to say, I'm not easy.
I feel like everyone goes for Asuka because she's the obvious answer. Because she's one of the people that brings humor to it. You know what I mean?
She kind of lightened up the show a little bit. Her and Masato, but then Masato kind of got dark at the end.
Well, they all kind of got dark at the end. Asuka obviously did too. I don't know if you got about her backstory, but...
I think I closed my eyes a lot through hers.
Hers was rough.
Hers was rough.
But yeah, Asuka, Masato was a good character. I also like Kaji.
He was alright. Was my favorite though.
I'm further along than her. Look at my legs. Look like frog legs. And I got a torso.
I got a leg.
You got a shin with a foot.
And it looks just like this one's arm.
Take that off. That doesn't go there. You have its other leg on its arm, Katie. No, yeah, you got it. You got 2 arms. One of them's a foot, and one of them's one of them has a. You got. Oh, maybe. I thought you were making progress, but you're just doing it backwards. You got one of their arms that has a foot on it, and then another arm that has a leg piece on it. It's okay. You got the spirit. If I'm thinking, I don't understand these. What do these go? Oh. Every time I think something makes sense, it doesn't. My least favorite character is...
Say Shinji. Go ahead.
I don't think Shinji was my least favorite character. I feel like Gendo's too easy.
Oh, so all of my picks are just the easy answers.
I'm just saying you picked the obvious ones. I'm just saying.
Well, what other characters are there?
I don't know. There's not a lot of good.
And then the kid with glasses, Ritsuko. Do you want me to say her? She wasn't my favorite. She wasn't my least favorite either. But
she didn't really do much.
She didn't do
I
much.
didn't really. I mean, she obviously had a purpose in the show, but I don't really have an opinion on her. She just kind of showed up every once in a while, mumbled some like. She was her and Masato were the ones that always just mumbled all of the like
500% power. Okay.
Through the left quadrant of
left quadrants.
I don't know. That was my least favorite part of the show was like all the
all the talking.
The techno babble. I was so lost in it.
I just want to see robots fight, and I didn't really get a lot of that either.
I think that was the thing that frustrated me initially about it, was that it's like, I wanted to see a show about robots fighting, mechs fighting. It had an awesome theme song that got you hyped for the fights, and we just never really got it.
The first episode, I remember thinking it was going to be like a Real Steel kind of thing. Like, Shinji was going to come in and, like, bond with his robot and then, like, use his robot to, like, fight aliens. And it was going to be, like, this empowering story of a young boy and a rogue robot who, like, formed a bond.
Gosh,
like, I thought, like, it was going to be, like, a Real Steel kind of moment. But it wasn't. It wasn't anything like that.
Have you ever seen the 4Kids TV opening of Evangelion?
I don't think so.
What do you mean same thing?
Like, is it the same song?
It's the same tune, but the lyrics are changed.
No. No. This cannot be real. No, he doesn't!
I like how it says New Orleans.
Yo, Shinji, get in the robot. Your dad loves you. Get in the robot. Tokyo 3.
Remember the One Piece 4Kids opening?
Barely.
It was funny because we've never watched One Piece before, but we used to watch it in the mornings.
We would watch 4Kids TV, and I remember that because you showed me the theme song, and I was like, it unlocked this like memory.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, we've watched One Piece before. So it was one of those shows that would come on 4Kids TV whenever.
I don't remember the show.
But I don't remember the show at all.
I remember hearing the theme song.
It was one of those shows that we watched, but I don't think we ever really watched it.
I think
it was just something that was on in the mornings that we would watch. Yeah. Kind of like Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was on in the mornings too, I remember.
I liked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles though.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is classic.
That was one of my favorite things.
That doesn't make sense. How's its shoulder go on? 1, 2, 3, 4, turtles.
Chain reaction turtles living underground. Turtles. It's a shell of a time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Turtles counting off. Turtles signing off.
Turtles counted off. 1, by the code of the martial arts. 2, never fight unless someone else starts. 3, always stick together no matter what. 4, when all else fails, then it's time to kick butt. I love being a turtle.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles counted off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turtles. There's no one better. Turtle, watch out for Shredder. They like the weather. I don't know.
Do you remember on our Game Boy Advance and we had that where you could watch the episodes?
Yeah.
There were like 2 episodes on there. 2 or 4.
2 or 4.
2 or 4.
That's a weird.
And we watched them
stretch.
all the time. And then we had the SpongeBob one. We had like 4 episodes of SpongeBob on there.
Yeah, that was a weird thing. Was like, isn't that weird? Before phones, we had Game Boy Advances with actual episodes of the show.
Of things. And we would get in the car and we would watch those episodes all the time.
You see that? I got legs. I got legs and white.
Where did my leg go? Here, I have part of a leg.
You just gave up.
That also could
you
be
broke
an
a
arm.
freaking piece and gave up.
Yeah, I did.
Don't you like that whenever you spend so much money on something, be like, oh, this will be a fun idea, and then they break it.
This wasn't fun. This stresses me out. Look, I got my dick piece on.
I got my dick on.
I remember whenever Masato gave her penguin beer.
She had the penguin beer? I don't remember that. When did
she poured beer in his bowl and he took a drink of it and passed out.
I don't remember that scene. I'm not doubting it happened because Masato, that's something Masato would do, but...
Why is your arm so long?
Why is your arm a foot? Why is your arm so long? Why is your arm and a leg? You're just upset that I'm making progress and you're not. I don't honestly know how this footage is coming out.
I'm trying to fix my foot leg.
You just gave up. You're just like kind of picking up pieces and putting them back down.
Because I pick up a piece and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna figure out where this goes, and I don't know where it goes, so I give up.
I had to look at my feet to figure out which way my feet go on my... Is that bad?
Are they right and left?
Huh?
They don't just look the same?
Well, look, on the thing it says R and L. Oh. So you have a right foot and a left foot. You stole a hand. Look at that. You have 3 hands over there. One of them is mine. I think it's this one. You little jerk. Stealing my hands. Look.
I am back to square one.
You just have a carcass.
I just have a body.
These things attach to this, but they don't go on the inside. They go on the outside.
Oh.
So it's wrong.
Well, you should pay more attention next time.
All wrong.
Dummy.
Shut up, Katie. You have
4
legs.
At least I have legs.
That was very offensive.
I know.
To all people that don't have legs.
I'm just saying, like, at least I, have them. They're here.
Yeah, I'm already seeing all the comments being like, oh, this is a horrible podcast.
Hey,
Fair
you
enough.
know what?
Fair enough. That's a good point. But you know what? I think we're also half... I just did it again. I took them off. I just switched my hands. That's all I did.
It's going well.
Okay, so what about the movie? What's your opinion on the movie?
It was
okay. I haven't watched
okay.
the rebuild films yet, but...
No, I didn't. I watched End of Evangelion. It was okay. I felt like it was the same thing as what the show was, with those weird, like, fever dream episodes of people just talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't a fan of those episodes. So, like, it was okay. I think it was fine, but, like, it wasn't anything
Wasn't
that,
what
like...
you expected, I guess.
It wasn't anything that changed my opinion on the show or, like, gave me a better understanding of the show or anything like that. It was just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I know.
It was just like a longer episode of Evangelion.
When you were talking about, like, oh, I hate these episodes, and you're like, I felt bad about hyping you up for the movie because the movie was just more of those episodes that you were saying you hated, and I was like, well, she's gonna hate this, but oh well. Let's order pizza. I ordered
the whole
pizza,
thing.
made a
We
whole
ordered pizza
night
and
about
had
it.
like a
And then the opening scene of the movie grosses you out enough to be like, okay, well, I'm not eating my pizza anymore.
Well, I feel uncomfortable, so...
Yeah. But,
only these cinnamon sticks don't look so appetizing.
But there were some great moments in the movie, like Asuka rising from the lake with the boat.
Yeah.
You're like, go Asuka! And then she does all that work. And
just be eaten by birds.
Yeah. It doesn't work. Like, it's telling me to hold it up like this and then twist it. But it won't do it. Oh, you know why? Because I wasn't supposed to put this piece on yet.
Dummy.
Oh, not that. Oopsie doopsie. I just like the moments of just heavy breathing. It's just like, it'll just slide right on. As you're just straining. Yeah, it's the strain of like pulling on these little pieces. I have body. Oh crap, that's alright.
I had legs attached to this thing at one point. Now I can't figure out how I did that.
What the heck is wrong with this thing? Look at that. You broke his leg, so I think you're...
I broke one piece. It's right here.
But it's a major piece. That's like its arm or leg or something.
Well, so he's gonna have one missing leg or arm. That's all I can say. I don't know. I can't find another piece like this. And I just have these little doohickeys, and they don't fit on anything. Like, I put all these little things together.
Calm down, don't yell at me.
Look, I put all these little together.
Little
So, like, I literally do not know what to do.
I just got my head and I'm done.
I just got my head and I'm done. Congratulations.
Oh, dang it!
Just leave it off.
No, because now I'm not afraid anymore. Did you hear me?
Foot. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Did you make progress?
No, that piece is broken too.
Oh my god, Katie. I'm legitimately mad.
I don't know what happened. I haven't touched this piece. It's been over here the whole time. You can play back the episode. I have not touched this piece.
They didn't come broken.
Well, I'm just saying, I think you spent $60 on broken stuff because I didn't do that.
They were in a brand new box.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm confused and I'm lost and I'm scared and I want to go home. Did you break it?
Maybe it's just because it's a cheap model. Hold it in front of this camera.
Wow.
Ta-da!
They're fine.
Oh my god!
Durable.
What a perfect way to end that.
It's just his arm falling off.
Okay. Well, that was an interesting podcast.
That was.
We're going to see how it goes. The audio version of it probably will be not great, and I apologize for that. I should have apologized ahead of time. I'll go ahead and apologize now. I'm sorry.
I am sorry also.
That the audio version of this probably didn't come out as well. Also, I don't know how the video either came, because we're really kind of far away, and I think I kept kind of like assembling it over here.
Yeah, I kept taking my pieces over here to me.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is going to be very usable, but I'll do my best to work with what I got.
We tried to show our stuff off right here, so I mean, at least we'd have that.
Yeah, at the very least, so. I wouldn't go more in depth. I think Evangelion shows that you can talk a lot about. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can really talk about, but a lot of it's just about the ending, you know what I mean? Because that's like the majority of it, I feel like, is there. The meat of the show is towards the ending. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the show?
I'd give it an 8.
Wow, an 8.
I told you, I liked the show.
That's a lot higher than I was thinking you'd say like 5 or 6.
No, I give it an 8. I liked the show. There was just some of the things I wasn't sure that I understood completely, and it just kind of threw me off.
Knowing more about it, do you like the ending better?
Yes, I do. Now that I've researched it and kind of got like an idea of what it's actually about and like why it ended that way, I do like it. I think if I was just to stop after that and like that was my final.
Yeah.
But because I've gone a little bit further into it and like you've explained stuff to me and I've watched YouTube videos on why it ended that way, like it made it easier for me to watch. And
yeah,
no, I do like it. I think it had a good idea and a good premise and a good message. Good message. Mm-hmm.
Depression.
Yes, it was sad.
That's a good message. It gave me depression. He played his Uno reverse card and gave me depression.
He took away his own depression, but he gave his audience depression.
Yeah. I also like the fact that you can kind of interpret the ending a bunch of different ways. You know what I mean? So it's all like kind of interpretation. You can watch a bunch of different explained videos, and everyone kind of has.
I still have more movies to watch.
Yeah, we got 3 more movies. I guess soon, 4 maybe. I don't know. I don't know when the 4th movie will ever come out in here. And then when we watch rebuild movies, we'll do a podcast on those and go more in depth about it.
Yeah.
So I know there's probably more we could have talked about with the show because, like I said, there's a lot to cover. But when you're here talking about it, it's like, we like to talk about the ending because the ending has a lot of stuff with it. But
we were a little distracted with our toys.
Yeah, that's true. That's my fault. I thought this would be a good idea, but in hindsight, it probably wasn't the greatest idea. I think it's better whenever we just kind of talk rather than
trying to distract ourselves. We have very short attention span.
I really thought that having something else here would help fill the gap between all the lulls in the conversation, but it just created more lulls in the conversation. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. If you're listening to this on Spotify, thank you so much. More videos coming out for you guys soon. No more reaction videos, at least for the time being. Maybe we'll bring it back eventually, but at this time, I'm just not enjoying making them, so we want to kind of move away from them.
Yeah.
Fair
enough.
We podcast. We have anime review series coming on. We're going to even maybe review some manga, too, because I've been reading a lot of manga, and I think it'd be kind of fun to talk about some manga every once in a while as well.
You read the manga, I'll watch the anime, and then we'll compare at the end.
That's actually a pretty fun idea. I like watching a manga and reading it. We have Death Note coming soon as well. We're getting decently far in Death Note. What do you think of Death Note so far?
Oh, I love it. I like it a lot.
Are you more of an L or a light person? Considering we haven't gotten too far in the show yet, but
episode 12, definitely more L.
Fair. I like that. Although to be fair, also I really like light.
I like L. He's a complete weirdo, and I love it. Everything he does, I love. Everything.
Yeah.
He does no wrong in my eyes.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see y'all later. Peace out.